For a while now, it's been hard for me to find a game that really pulls me in. The last game that did this was surprisingly the reboot of Tomb Raider. I played that game for 3 days straight, and I finished it. And I did a very mediocre review of it. And this was back in March 2013. Now, since then, there's been tons of games from AAA developers like Uncharted 4 and Resident Evil 7. And while these games are great, they didn't do what a small game from an indie developer did this year. So guys, here's my biased opinion of Subnautica. So to give you a quick rundown of what the story is, you are Riley Robinson. You're a non-essential chief maintenance worker. That's just the funniest title, a non-essential chief maintenance worker above the Aurora. And you guys are flying around 4546b, which is a humongous oceanic planet. And sadly, you all crashed. You don't know why, you just crashed down on this planet and it is fucking hell. But it's in the water. Anyways, when you're playing the game, there's one thing that's always going to hit you. It is the sound design and the sound effects. They're just fucking outstanding. You're never above water. If you are, you're on, spoiler alert somewhat, you're on the islands if you're above water. So, when you're in these places, it's just normal. It's like you're playing a normal game, but it's once you go down under the water, into the sea, into the depths of the ocean, it's where it gets fucking really scary. The sounds really hit you. When I first was playing the game, and I left my life pod, I was afraid. I didn't know I was in the safe shallows, but what spooked me was the fucking gas pods. How they laugh at you while you swim by them, and they fucking just let out gas. It's fucking scary. Or while you're just going towards a stalker and you hear him screech at you and then just like start fucking swimming at you so fast. It's just, and it's a shame they actually fired their sound designer. He was kind of being, I don't want to say an asshole. Just go Google it, Google Chelinsky for Subnautica sound designer, and you'll just see, but he did get fired. I wish they would have done something different, because it kind of makes me wonder, how is the game going to proceed with its expansion packs? I'm just wondering how that's going to happen since he's not there. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. The quick bit, the main thing that everyone's talking about is the sound design for all the creatures are just amazing. I'm going to shut up now and let you guys hear some right now. Yeah, it's some pretty creepy shit. And they're friendly. The gas pods are friendly folk, but you just don't know it. Now, yeah, their gas is pretty dangerous. You can actually die. It probably smells bad too, but, you know, that's that. So this game was in pre and alpha development for about 2 to 3 years. I think the oldest gameplay I saw was from 2014. And it's so amazing that they actually got out of that runt. I think Rust barely also got out of that pre-alpha, finally fully released the game, and I'm assuming Ark probably already did it, and you know, we already know what happened to Minecraft. So the only one that's left is the Forest, but all these games are survival games, and some of them have a pinch of horror. Obviously the Forest and Subnautica. Now Subnautica can be a scary place because it's just so massive. The ocean on our planet is such a massive thing, and this kind of lets you experience how that may be. It is fucking terrifying as hell, and you can even play this in VR. It's really, really strange. So the story, back to it, is you're just trying to survive. You're trying to get off this planet. You don't know how to, though. You got to, basically, the whole point is to go deep, to get very, very rare minerals, which is almost the main thing, and also to just try to build a base. And once you build a base, then you have like a central hub, and then you can start to, you know, go further out. You're already stocking up on water and food. And it's just, the game surprised me with how realistic it was, in a sense. Obviously, you can't just get bleach and get some salt water and mix that up and drink it. No, but It was kind of shocking. I really flipped my shit when I was able to pick up my Cyclops or my Sea Moth, or sorry, my Prawn Suit or my Sea Moth with the Cyclops. I just thought I'd give it a shot, and it just picked it right up, and I was like, wow. And this is from an indie developer. All this is from an indie developer. The graphics are pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. The graphics, they look fine. They're not extremely realistic, no, but it has a certain style to it. I can't explain it. It doesn't look cartoonish or what is it called, cel-shaded like Borderlands, and it doesn't look ultra realistic like The Witcher 3 or Uncharted 4, but it's still a beautiful game. I cannot grasp how beautiful it is when it's night and you're in the bulb area or you're in the blood kelp zone, how the blue just illuminates the area. It's extremely beautiful. The shitty part is those areas are usually where all the enemies are at. So let's talk about the enemies for a bit. A lot of this is basically, it kind of, I guess I want to say it borrows from Amnesia, or even like Abigail said, Alien Isolation, where you can't really fight against these creatures. Yes, you can kill some. I know the person who bought us this gaze, he killed a couple of Reapers and Ghost Leviathans. I don't know why he would do such a thing. They're just peaceful creatures. And you're basically supposed to avoid danger. That's all it is, because you don't have a knife, or all you have is a knife and a stasis rifle, because you no longer have any guns, because there was some sort of massacre that happened when people came on a planet, I guess. It's in the game. So all you have is a knife, stasis rifle, and some torpedoes. So you can't really fight the enemy head on. You're really supposed to avoid them. That's why you're able to rig your Cyclops in silent running. And if you're using a Sea Moth, you're going to get the shit scared out of you when a Reaper grabs you by the boo-boo. Fucking scared me. Jesus Christ. So the story's there. It's just not all there. It's just survive. And there's a lot of story to it, actually. When you start to find certain artifacts, I guess I would call it, you actually have a lot of story that's going on here. And once you pass the game, you finally understand why you crashed there, and why life is so fucked up on here. So what we did, sound design, gameplay. What else do we want to talk about? The ending. I'm not going to say too much about the ending. I'll just say the ending is satisfying. I was kind of confused with the ending, because I was like, how they're going to do DLC or an expansion pack if the ending happened. And without spoilers, I guess the expansion pack, you're going to be playing as a female, which is pretty awesome. That's amazing. Probably because they fired Chalinsky. He was the voice actor for the main guy. I'm not going to lie. This game, it's quite a wonderful surprise. It's kind of like slapping me in the face with water. I don't expect it, but it happened. I saw Subnautica and I was like, I would like to play it, but I didn't have money. So I was like, I'm not going to buy it. And it was on sale, but I wasn't going to buy it. Luckily I didn't, because a month later, or 2 months later, or 3, I forgot when. Yeah, I think I was going to get it in the summer sale of 2017. But around 6 months later, our good friend Gaze, he just buys this for us. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, happy late Christmas or something like that. And I'm like, awesome. And I stream this game and it just grabs me. I can't leave. There's 2 fucking rocks outside my house that look like sandstone and shale chunk. I'm not fucking joking. I've seen Subnautica everywhere. Anyways. And I've never, like in the intro, I've never experienced that in a while. I've played numerous games. I'll even throw in Skyrim and The Witcher. But with The Witcher, you would think should pull you in. But for me, I don't know why it just doesn't do it all that much. Now, Subnautica, I think it's because you have this drive. You want to get off this planet. You don't want Riley to be there stranded forever, so you have to keep going. And this makes you, it's awesome. They make you have to go to these very scary areas to get these very rare minerals to finally make a certain modification or a depth module. Now, there are a few bugs, but the game did just come out and they have not even released a patch. Now, without releasing a patch, I've only experienced a few bugs, and yeah, some of them were a little fucked up. I got stuck in a prawn suit one time. I was just stuck in some sort of animation. I couldn't leave, and my Cyclops did get wedged between 2 rocks and was kind of fucked up into one. I thought I was going to lose my Cyclops. Besides that, I mean, you have some fish going into your base and stuff, but honestly, the game for some reason is not that buggy. I don't know if they just, with those 3 years of pre-release, they just had enough time to really work out the bugs, but the game is honestly not that buggy. You have some pop-in. Yeah, you do, but it's not going to break the game. What's really awesome is they have different modes. They have, I think it's casual, survival, hardcore, and creative. So that's 4 game modes. Now, obviously, if you guys don't want to deal with the fear of the game or the pressure, pun not intended, you can go into creative mode and just start building a base anywhere, even into the void, and just do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. As for survival, I didn't like that, and Nate was telling me this too, I did not like that your character gets hungry and thirsty extremely often. I could understand at the start of the game when he's actually physically swimming everywhere. I get it. But once you got your sea moth or your cyclops and you're just sitting down, why are you so hungry and thirsty? I guess it's just the difficulty of the game. They want to make it difficult, so you have to keep drinking water like all the time. I usually would keep 3 bottles of water on me. Once I had the cyclops, I would fill up a cabinet with that stuff. What shocked me was the customization. I did not think you can customize your equipment, but you could. Your sea moth, you can change the color, you can change the name, you can change the stripe and the interior color. Same thing, all that goes with the prawn suit and the cyclops. I would have liked that they could have made a hatch on the top of the cyclops, because sometimes I don't want to go down below, I want to exit from the top. Maybe they can add that in somehow, I'm not sure. But that's something I would have liked. Also, it's just amazing docking your cyclops or prawn suit and having your guy swing out, or loading your prawn suit and sea moth into the cyclops. It's so fluid. There's a small 1 frame per second hiccup there, but it's not game breaking. The game's creatures are fucking amazing, by the way. Not just the enemies, but everything. It's like they really it's crazy, because basically they're creating different life. Obviously, they're looking at our own sea creatures, and they're just trying to see how can we just fuck these things up. And I think the game is its creatures, its sound effects, its gameplay, its graphics, it's all amazing. It's hard for me to find something bad about the game. All it was you just get too thirsty and too hungry way too quickly. And there's just minor bugs. Besides that, I cannot think why the game is bad. It's not bad. It's great. I don't really give a rating system. In fact, I don't think my biased opinions have a rating system. But if I did, I would give this game a 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 is because there's no multiplayer. Now, I know there's mods for it, and I haven't tried any of the mods, but if we can get multiplayer to work with a mod and it's like flawless, not flawless, but it's bearable, you can play 3-4 hours without having, you know, the game fuck up on you, I think I'll give it a straight 10. That's just the only thing that's missing. If they just thought, let's make this whole game and this whole narrative, but let's also make a sub-narrative to where you're just 2 survivors, or the Degassi survivors, and you're just 3 people trying to survive. I don't know. But you don't get that. And that's the only thing holding this game back, to me, is just multiplayer. Now, this game is a great way to start 2018. Now I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, which also is starting to grab me by the boo-boo. I do like that game. And the second one would be Red Dead Redemption. That's going to be coming out towards the end of this year in October. So I think 2018 is going to be one of those years that everyone's like, there's no year that has come out since then. I think for us, last time was probably when Red Dead Redemption came out, which I think was 2010, and I believe 2012. Besides that, I can't think of a time where like every game was just really awesome. This year we have God of War and such. Anyways, I'm not talking about game releases. Guys, that's it. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I really don't give ratings, but there is my rating. The game is damn near perfect. All we need is just to fix just 2 or 3 little bugs that I've encountered, and possibly multiplayer. And maybe a little bit more on the customization of the bases. You know, when you're customizing your base, you're kind of forced to build it a certain way because of how things have to be planted, I guess. You can't really build it, I don't want to say flawlessly. You can't build it randomly, I guess. I don't know. It has to be very... It's almost symmetrical, the base has to be. Not symmetrical with itself, but it's just like, you know, it makes sense, though. It has to snap into each piece, but I wish you can just make like a squiggly hallway. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but actually I think you could make a squiggly hallway. I might do that. Anyways, guys, I know I didn't talk about much here. The story's awesome. Creatures are awesome. The enemies are fucking terrifying, but they are amazing. The sound design is great. The graphics are amazing. And the story, the ending is, you know, it's okay. I liked it. This game is an amazing game. If you have not gotten it, please get it. Guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep achieving, gamers. Peace.